October 20th, 1936. One king, one decision. And the global economy is about to come crashing down. This is the story of Leopold III of Belgium, the king who tried to save his nation, and instead nearly destroyed it all. Let's go back to 1935. Europe is healing. Great Depression is loosening its grip. Stock markets are climbing. Factories are humming again. People are starting to believe in the future. Belgium sits at the heart of it all. A small nation, but a giant in finance. The Belgian franc is one of the world's most trusted currencies. Banks across Europe use it. Investors love it. It's stable, strong, it's gold. Literally. Belgium's currency is backed by one of the largest gold reserves in Europe. Every franc in circulation can be exchanged for real gold. This makes Belgium powerful, untouchable. Young King Leopold III knows this. Inherited the throne in 1934 after his father died in a climbing accident. He's only 33 years old, handsome, educated, beloved by his people. But he's also stubborn. His advisors are experienced bankers, men who've navigated financial storms for decades. They warn him constantly, "Your Majesty, the world is changing. Other nations are abandoning the gold standard. We need flexibility." Leopold doesn't listen. He believes in gold, believes in tradition, believes Belgium's strength comes from never-changing course. Then comes 1935. France devalues its franc. Britain adjusts the pound. Even the United States has already abandoned strict gold backing. Belgium stands alone. The king doubles down, announces Belgium will never leave the gold standard. Never. At first, it seems brilliant. Investors flood into Belgium. Gold pours into Belgian vaults. The franc becomes even stronger. Too strong. And that's when the problems start. Belgian exports become expensive. A Belgian shirt costs twice as much as a French shirt. Belgian steel can't compete with German steel. Factories start closing. By March 1936, unemployment hit 15%. Workers protest in Brussels. Strikes paralyze the coal mines. The government is hemorrhaging money trying to support the unemployed. Leopold's advisors gather in the palace. "Your Majesty, we must devalue. Have no choice." The finance minister lays out the numbers. They're catastrophic, but Leopold refuses. "Belgium's honor is worth more than temporary profit," he says. His economic advisor, Max Leo Gerard, tries a different approach. He's desperate. "Sire, if we don't act, there won't be a Belgium to have honor." The king's jaw tightens. "We will find another way." Leopold isn't stupid. He's idealistic. He grew up watching his father navigate Belgium through World War I. He learned one lesson above all others. Strength comes from consistency, from never showing weakness. In his mind, abandoning gold would be surrender. His wife, Queen Astrid, might have convinced him otherwise. She was practical, warm. The people adored her. But she died in a car accident in 1935. Leopold was driving. Now he's alone, grieving, making decisions in an echo chamber of his own pain and pride. Meanwhile, his finance minister is pulling his hair out. The Belgian National Bank is burning through gold reserves trying to maintain the currency's value. They're spending millions every week. Buying francs, selling gold, can't last. October 20th, 1936, Leopold finally breaks. The reserves are nearly gone. The economy is in free fall. His government threatens to resign en masse. At 3:47 p.m., he signs the decree. Belgium abandons the gold standard. The franc will float. Free market forces will determine its value. The announcement goes out at 6 p.m., and the world watches. What happens next? Nobody expects. The franc doesn't just fall, it collapses. Within 24 hours, it loses 30% of its value. 30%. Life savings evaporate overnight. Pensions become worthless. Businesses that survived the Depression can't survive this. But it gets worse. Much worse. Because Belgium wasn't just any country. It was the financial crossroads of Europe. Banks in London, Paris, Amsterdam, and Berlin all held Belgian francs. All had Belgian investments. When Belgium fell, it pulled everyone down with it. By November 1936, a wave of bank failures spread across Europe. Credit freezes, trade stops, stock markets plunge. The recovery from the Great Depression? Gone. Leopold intended to protect his nation. Instead, he waited too long. And when he finally acted, the shock was too great. The Belgian economy wouldn't fully recover until 1939. By then, another crisis was brewing. One that would make economic collapse seem small. World War II was coming. And Leopold would make another catastrophic decision. May 10, 1940, 3.5 years after crashing Belgium's economy, King Leopold III faces his greatest test. German tanks cross the border at dawn. Belgium has 18 days before it falls, and the king is about to make a decision that will haunt him forever. After the 1936 economic disaster, Leopold learned one thing: never again. He rebuilt his nation slowly, carefully. The economy stabilized. People forgave him. He was still their king. But Europe was changing. Hitler rose to power in Germany. Mussolini controlled Italy. Stalin ruled the Soviet Union with an iron fist. Leopold watched it all. He made a choice: neutrality. Belgium would ally with no one. Belgium would fight for no one. Belgium would simply exist. He declared this policy in 1936, the same year his economy collapsed. His government supported it. His people wanted peace. Everyone remembered World War I, the trenches, the gas, the millions dead. Never again, they all said. But neutrality requires strength, and Belgium was weak. The army was underfunded. Fortifications were outdated. The military strategy assumed France and Britain would help if Germany invaded. Leopold assumed wrong. 10th, 1940. 4:30 a.m. German paratroopers land on Belgian soil. 65 divisions. Thanks, aircraft. The full might of the Nazi war machine. Leopold mobilizes immediately. 600,000 Belgian soldiers rush to defensive positions. For 18 days they fight. The Battle of Fort Eben-Emael lasts 30 hours. Germany's elite glider troops capture Belgium's strongest fortress using explosives and flamethrowers. Leopold watches his army collapse. Britain sends troops. France sends troops. But it's not enough. By May 24th, the Belgian army was surrounded. Cut off, starving, Leopold's generals gather for an emergency meeting. Your Majesty, we must retreat to France. Continue the fight from exile. The Prime Minister agrees. Sire, if you stay, you legitimize the occupation. You must leave. Leopold looks at the map. His army is dying. His people are trapped. He makes his choice. I will stay with my soldiers. I will stay with my people. Leopold believes he's being noble. His father stayed in Belgium during World War I. It made him a hero. Leopold wants that same honor. But this isn't World War I. As Prime Minister, Hubert Pierlat tries desperately to change his mind. They will use you. Hitler will make you a puppet. Leopold doesn't believe it. I am the king. They cannot touch me. Such naive words. His military commander, General van Overstraeten, supports the king's decision. He's loyal, devoted, blind. Together they convince themselves surrender is the honorable path. Meanwhile, the British and French are furious. Winston Churchill learns of Leopold's plan and erupts. He's abandoning the alliance, betraying us all. But Leopold doesn't care about Churchill. He cares about Belgium. He doesn't understand yet. Belgium's fate is no longer his to control. May 28, 1940. At 4 a.m., Leopold surrenders. Unconditionally. No terms. No negotiations. Complete capitulation. 400,000 Belgian soldiers lay down their weapons. The British and French armies, who were counting on Belgian resistance, suddenly have an exposed flank. The Germans exploited it immediately. Within weeks, France falls. Britain barely escapes at Dunkirk. Leopold is taken prisoner. Comfortable prisoner. Palace prisoner. The Nazis treat him well. Give him servants. Let him walk the gardens. But he's a prisoner nonetheless. And his government? They flee to London. They declare him unfit to rule. They strip him of power. For 4 years, Leopold lived under Nazi guard. He remarries during captivity to a Belgian commoner without government permission. His people are outraged. He abandoned us and now he lives in luxury. After the war ends in 1945, Leopold wants to return. Belgium doesn't want him back. Protests erupt. Riots break out. The nation splits between loyalists and Republicans. In 1950, a referendum was held. 57% voted for his return. But it's not enough. The opposition is too fierce. Leopold returns anyway. Violence explodes. 4 protesters are killed. After 11 days, Leopold realizes the truth. He destroyed his own legacy twice. First with the economy, then with surrender. On July 16, 1951, he abdicated in favor of his son. He lives another 32 years, quiet, forgotten, 2 decisions, 2 disasters. One king who thought honor meant never changing course. But history teaches us this: rigidity isn't strength, it's fragility. The world economy crashed because Leopold held gold too long. Belgium fell because Leopold held neutrality too tight. Sometimes the bravest thing a leader can do is admit they were wrong and change. If you enjoyed this story of royal catastrophe and economic chaos, subscribe for more history that reads like a thriller, because the past is never boring.